Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you an action thriller film, Fight Club. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. Fight Club is a peculiar story that tackles consumerism and the society we live in. In order to catch the interest of the audiences, they have shown it in a way that illustrates these relevant issues by a violent party in which the heroes give themselves permission to drink, smoke, screw, and beat each other up. It is a usual action thriller film, but the message goes beyond its genre, leaving the audiences shocked as they find about the massive plot twist. It tackles consumerism with style, fight scenes, explosions, and brotherhood. Rest assured that the audience will find this movie action-packed, eye-opening, and teeth-grinding. It is the kind of film where the climax never ends because it just gets exciting as scenes go by left and right. Nevertheless, this film is a sight to watch. Big blockbusters actors such as Edward Norton, Brad Pitt, and Helena Bonham Carter, a veteran director like David Fincher, come together to create a masterpiece in the late 1990s. Adapted from a famous novel by Chuck Palahniuk, this film is one of the most remembered revolutionary action films in the history of cinema. Fight Club starts with an anonymous narrator held captive with a gun pointed in his face inside a building full of explosives that are ready to detonate at any time. This movie has been action-packed ever since the beginning. Starting from this challenging situation, the narrator tells the story of why he ended up in that situation in the first place. The story starts in a very anticlimactic way. Our main character is all faced up against the big breasts of a man. He is in a support group named Remaining Men Together, dedicated to those who have testicular cancer. In the support group, people are seen comforting each other, crying, and sharing the same struggle. The name of the man with big breasts is Bob. At this point, the story is still foggy, which is why the nameless narrator decides to go even further back in time to 6 months earlier, in which he tells that he is suffering from a condition called insomnia. The main character is seen having a hard time falling asleep. He has been drinking caffeine and alcohol as coping mechanisms. He is depressed and just trying very hard to survive the struggle of everyday life as an employee. While working at his job, the narrator's boss calls him to go on a business trip. Preparing for it, he goes to the condominium to rest for the day. If we are to describe the interior design of this condominium, it is evident to the eye that the narrator has a thing for furniture. Every single corner of the room is furniture that is probably bought in IKEA. Each is carefully planned on where they would be placed. Still struggling to fall asleep, he goes to a hospital to check his condition. The doctor reassures him that he cannot die of insomnia. Our main character asks the doctor if there are medications that would help him sleep easier at night. The doctor says that medicine is not advisable as he needs to sleep naturally to have better outcomes. The narrator begs the doctor to give him medications, saying that he is in so much pain. The doctor shuts him up and says, "You want to see pain? Swing by First Methodist Tuesday nights. See the guys with testicular cancer. That is pain." This is the beginning of the narrator's obsession with support groups. Upon hearing what the doctor said, he decides to visit the support group. Now we are back with Bob. After sharing struggles, Bob goes to our main character to hug him, confiding in all the hardships he faced in his journey of cancer. As our narrator is all snuggled up on Bob's chest, he realizes that he really needs that hug and cries the entire time. The main character realizes that going to support groups is helping him sleep. That night after the meeting, he successfully sleeps after days of deprivation. Not long after, it becomes his coping mechanism. He always goes to different support groups to make him feel better: the Alcoholics, Incest Survivors Group, Tuberculosis, Gastric Cancer, and many more. In one of the groups, there is meditation. The narrator imagines his spirit animal inside a cave, a penguin. Slide is what the penguin says to him and slides away. These groups are starting to rejuvenate him, and he has continued to do it for a year already. Everything is going fine with his life until the main character sees a woman in sunglasses and goes to the testicular cancer support group. She is Marla Singer. The narrator really hates her as she also starts going to the support groups. He calls her a big tourist. He does not like the fact that there is another person that is exactly doing what he does. Because of Marla, his difficulties of falling asleep come back. He wants to call out Marla in front of the groups to expose her. In one of the groups, the main character pulls Marla and threatens to expose her for being a faker. Marla says that she will also do the same if he ever tries to do it, as a rebut. As they go out of the building, they try to create a compromise dividing the support groups of the week. Marla takes lymphoma, blood, and brain parasite support groups, while he takes tuberculosis and testicular cancer. They exchange numbers to make sure that they will not meet again in any support groups. To pursue the business trip, he goes to a plane for his flight. The main character finds his seatmate inside the plane interesting. They talk a lot, and the main character asks him what he does for a living. The man pulls out his briefcase, interestingly the same briefcase with the main character, and he tells him that he makes soap. The suitcase is full of soaps inside. The person gives his business card to him with his name on it, Tyler Durden. Tyler reveals that the same ingredients in making soap can also make explosives. He says that there are so many things we could create only by using our home materials. As the main character gets off the plane, he rushes to his condominium, only to find out that there is no condominium to get back to. His room is completely blown up. All this valued furniture is seen burning on the sidewalks. Looking for someone to talk to, he finds Tyler's business card and decides to call him. They talk on the phone and he tells him what happened. They meet in a bar to chat for more. Knowing about the main character's obsession with furniture, Tyler rails against consumerism and says that material things only own us. The main character politely asks Tyler to stay at his place outside the bar. He agrees. But before going to his house, Tyler asks him one favor and says, "I want you to hit me as hard as you can." At first, the main character is hesitant about hitting Tyler, but he does it instead. He hits him in the ear as hard as he can, and Tyler punches him back. They find that beating each other could be fun. After a few minutes, some men notice they're fighting and they become interested. It is the start of the fight club. After hitting each other multiple times, Tyler welcomes the main character to his house on Paper Street, which is barely standing due to abandonment and old age. Our nameless narrator will be staying in a dirty room and worn-out mattress, trying to live in a place where there is no reliable source of water and electricity. Despite the condition of the house, the main character adapts well to the environment. Ever since the main character and Tyler fought in the bar's parking lot, the group of men fighting starts to grow. It is slowly becoming an organization. Men that want to fight and use it as a coping mechanism have regularly gone to the parking lot to fight someone. Our main character, as one of the people that started the club, really enjoys it. He realizes that he has not been going to support groups anymore because he finds something much more unique and exciting. Because of the growth of its members, the Fight Club needs a more secure and more prominent place for them to meet and fight. A person leads Tyler and the main character to Lou's Tavern. He says that its basement is free for them to use. This is officially the birth of the Fight Club. It has become an underground organization and Tyler is the leader. Tyler gathers all the members and tells them the rules of the club. He says, "The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about the Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about the Fight Club." He repeated. As the members of the club listen to Tyler, he proceeds to say the other rules. The third rule of the Fight Club is, someone yells stop, goes limp, taps out, the fight is over. Fourth rule, only 2 guys fight. Fifth rule, 1 fight at a time, fellas. Sixth rule, no shirts, no shoes. Seventh rule, fights will go on as long as they have to. And the 8th and final rule, if this is your first night of Fight Club, you have to fight. One day, Marla phones the Paper Street house to contact our main character. Marla knows that he is not going to the support groups anymore, and that made her curious. The main character asks Marla why she knows that he is not going to the groups if they already made a compromise. Marla says that she knows it because she has been cheating. Marla also says that she drank a bottle of Xanax as a cry for help thing. The main character, having no care about Marla, leaves the phone and goes away. Tyler then finds the phone hanging, so he goes to pick it up and talks to her. Not long after, they are caught by the main character having sexual intercourse inside Tyler's room. Over the next few days, Tyler and Marla have gotten closer, and they are playing a violent hormone game that echoes through the Paper Street house. The main character is irritated and wishes that Marla should die. One day, Tyler makes a test to fight club members if they want to stay in the Paper Street house. The aspiring members should complete the task for them to be accepted into the house. The ritual is that they need to stay outside the house for 3 days without food and water. The first one to be recruited in the place is Ricky, followed by Bob. Tyler makes sure the new members wear black and shave their heads and follow all the rules. The new group is becoming larger than ever. Tyler now has his army. The main character feels that he is being left behind, and one of the members, Angel Face, is starting to be closer to Tyler. Tyler has not been telling him about the Project Mayhem all along. In the next fight at the Fight Club, the main character beats the hell out of Angel Face, almost killing him. He says that he did it because he wanted to destroy something beautiful. The people at the Fight Club then bring him to the nearest hospital. The very next morning, the main character wakes up and notices that Tyler is now nowhere to be found in the Paper Street house. Interestingly, Project Mayhem continues working without him. One night, while doing one of the tasks of the Project Mayhem, Bob was shot in the head, leaving him dead. The main character says that Bob has a real name, and it is Robert Paulson. The members then start to chant his name, chanting his name is Robert Paulson, all over again as it echoes around the whole house. The main character goes to Tyler's room and finds out that he has many plane tickets. He wants to find where Tyler is and hold him accountable for all happening in Project Mayhem. The narrator goes to all the cities indicated in the plane tickets to see Tyler. He realizes that Project Mayhem has already spread in different cities. Strangely, one man notices him and says that he is Mr. Durden. It makes him confused because all the people he is meeting are calling him by the name of Tyler Durden. The main character now has an identity crisis. In his hotel, he calls Marla and asks her if she has been having sexual intercourse with him, and Marla says yes. He is now starting to think that he and Tyler are the same person. Suddenly, after the phone call, Tyler appears behind him, and he confirms that they are the same person all along. Tyler is his alter ego. Out of panic, he goes to the Paper Street house and finds that it is empty. All that is left are the explosives that the members built. They are planning to blow up a bunch of buildings in one of their projects. He meets Marla to warn her about everything that is bound to happen. He tells her that she must stay away from big cities as much as possible. To rectify everything, the main character, now Tyler, turns himself in at the police station and says that they must arrest him because he is a leader of a terrorist organization. It does not work out because the police are also part of the Project Mayhem. They want to injure Tyler by cutting his testicles. Luckily, Tyler takes one of the guns and successfully escapes. To stop the bombings, Tyler goes to buildings that are set to blow up to dismantle the bombs. Unfortunately, his alter ego appears and beats him so hard. Tyler shoots his alter ego, but the bullet goes right through him because he does not exist. He knocks himself out. Tyler wakes up at the top floor of the building, tied to a chair similar to the first scene shown. 60 seconds until the explosions, he planned to stop it, but he could not. He realizes that his alter ego does not exist, so the only way to stop him is to shoot himself in the face, and he did. Tyler is fine aside from the wounds on his cheeks, but his alter ego dies. The elevator dings and some of the members of Project Mayhem and Marla reach the top floor. The members are really worried about the injury of Tyler, but he assures them that he is okay. Tyler holds Marla's hands and says, "You met me at a very strange time in my life." As the final music begins to play, all the buildings around them start to explode. Tyler and Marla watch it together while holding hands. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your fun for today.